Howdy, everybody. Happy Labor Day 2021.
Labor Day 2021. Yeah. Which is slightly different than Labor Day 2020.
Which, it's exciting. I mean, there was a joke earlier about going into labor on Labor Day. And it seems as though a member of our staff, actually...
Her older son... Oh, let me... There we go. Now.
Entering labor on Labor Day.
Well, we think she might be. We don't know.
I can only hope. We think. So, anyways, our thoughts and prayers out there with you, M&D. I'm pretty sure you're not listening. You guys are pretty busy, but just thoughts and prayers with you guys, all right?
That's it.
So, for me...
if you're watching, you need to think about your life choices.
Oh, damn.
What?
He's talking about if he's watching the show instead of paying attention to the situation.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Damn.
I'm like, Rob got all like sour
I just envisioned Marley coming to the shop with a gun looking for Nick.
Jesus.
Oh, life choices. No. Let us understand Marley and I's friendship relationship. She would hunt me down with a crossbow.
Okay.
Right.
Or 6 shells in a pump.
Like, whatever would name me the most. Yeah.
So for me tonight, my palate cleanser is the Golden Road Mango Crush. I haven't had it in a while. It's still fairly tasty. It's easy drinking.
Nice. Blackberry mint session mead.
Got it back in from Bee Nectar again. Yes.
Absolutely. I love this stuff.
Oh, we get to drink beer here?
Well, some of us more than others.
Well, I went with a smaller beer. You guys are drinking tall cans.
I am not. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I wanted to fit in with a... That's really cool. Those are in short boys now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't have the tall ones.
What? Why do they call them tall boys? That's so sexist. Why can't they be tall girls?
Or just tall cans?
No.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
You know what? You're right. Tall boys is sexist. Let's just call them big cans.
And let's certainly not call the short cans little girls.
The big cans.
Hey, Jeff, he says, hey, miss you guys, had a stroke.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, my
Jeff,
God.
Jeff Cromer.
Whoa.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, Jeff.
Said, hope to see you guys soon. Skull. He misses his mead.
Skull. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, we were actually asking
Jeff
about you
Cromer.
not too long. Yeah.
Stroke.
Yeah, we were actually asking about you a couple weeks ago. Sorry about that, man.
Jeff, great to hear you're working on recovery from that, man. That's...
Yeah, dude.
Anything you need from us here at the office?
Yeah, you let us know. Online orders, we'll figure it out for you, buddy.
Dad's watching. He made it home.
Good. Dad's watching. That's positive. He lit an incredible fire tonight. I don't know if you guys really got to experience that thing firsthand.
No.
I caught the tail end of it.
That thing was a blaze. It was just... It's good stuff. Man knows what he's doing with fire.
That's good.
Look, if he ever tells you he's thinking about burning this place down, just watch out, because he'll back that threat up.
Let's not say stuff like that, Nick.
I'm not supposed to say that?
Yeah.
I'm hurting your plans. It's going to foul up the whole Latin America trip.
Now we're all... Ooh. Yeah, Dad says great fire.
Yeah, great fire.
We'll leave it at that. So what's your palate cleanser there, Nick?
What is? I'm moving away from my IPA right now.
So you're having that as your palate cleanser that you're chugging?
That's for Ernie. No, that thing is failing to cleanse my palate.
That was his mind erasing.
I'm actually...
palate cleanser.
Yeah. I'm actually going with a fest beer, Rob. 'Tis the season. So
I'm actually surprised we haven't really dove into these on the
I'm going to be a brand guy
tastings tonight.
Yeah,
the last couple weeks actually.
I'm a brand pony. You've accused me of this before, but I'm a Gizmo guy.
You're a Gizmo guy? Yeah. Okay.
So Gizmo Oktoberfest Ale looks nice. Let's see if it says anything in particular that you guys want to know.
Price?
5.5 alcohol and good for a fall day, and it's $2.75.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. Typical Martin style.
That follows up an IPA really well. If you're looking to back it down, fest beer is a great category.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So what do we got going on with the beer? Yeah, I haven't had anything to drink all day. I'm kind of thirsty, so let's get into some beer.
I have trouble believing that.
Rob's been such a good boy.
Rob, are you sure you don't need some candy corn? This is provided by one of your employees.
I might have some later, actually. Believe it or not, I don't mind candy corn.
I don't know if it's the IPA or the Fest or the Grouper Nuggets.
I thought candy
something's
corn was
packing a belch.
purely decorative.
Purely cornstarch.
It's wax and sugar, so yeah,
It's decorative.
yeah, and it's decorative when it comes out too.
Another slow burn right there.
I don't understand. Are the little like pumpkins considered candy corn?
No,
those are
no,
candy
no.
pumpkins.
And the candy corn that has the brown on it, is that chocolate or is that just
We got another
dark corn?
message. Alexis Krellin.
Okay.
Had my
Alexis.
family down for a visit and brought my brother-in-law in to grab a few items, lambic, a big bottle
Yeah.
of mead, and a selection of sours. He was so excited to see your great selection. It's always a pleasure stopping. Hey, thanks, Alexis.
Is that the Patch? Patch Lambic, I think. She actually grabbed one of each, the Creek and the Patch.
Yeah. Glad to have you guys in whenever you do
absolutely.
come in town.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Edward, tell your brother-in-law he's always welcome. Or brother-in-law. Yeah, brother-in-law. He's always welcome. We like seeing people happy with our selection of beers.
Let's not split hair. Brothers are brothers, right?
So, speaking of drinking beer,
Yeah, let's
What
drink
do you
some.
pick, Nick?
Um,
We're gonna go with mine first.
yeah, yours is like, I guess
Dunkel.
it's not technically a dark beer, but it definitely fits into a certain category.
It's definitely darker than light.
Dunkel.
So this is a really cool one. That
Dunkel
we just recently
Shane.
got in. It's not quite Oktoberfest territory.
Josh, I love the top on that, and that thing's a squatty little bottle.
Here we go. All right, I was waiting for that one.
And I'm going to tell you, you don't normally get these bottles at $2.75, but we got them in on a special and I passed it along.
$2.75 for basically, if anyone remembers, like Grolsch or
Yeah.
seen Grolsch, it's like
Yeah.
Grolsch style bottles.
Yeah,
If
I
you're
call it a
home
girl's
brewer-
top.
If you're a home brewer, these are a
Prized.
gift from the brewing gods. Like
Yeah.
seriously, these are the best things ever.
Yeah, because you can reuse. You can even like remount those. We've had to bend them back in shape,
They're decorative. You can put them on a shelf.
and they clean up. They amazingly well. You can clean them up. And their reusability. You don't have that bottle capper problem.
Yeah, but this is the Flensburger Dunkel, so it's like a dark lager. Just straight up traditional German beer. Can't go wrong with it. 11.2 ounce bottle, so it's a little bit smaller than 12 ounce.
So is Dunkel, is that referring to the color or is that referring to the flavor?
It's probably referring to the color. I'm not skilled in German, or fluent, I guess is a better word to use.
Well, I know we've talked about the word Drachen with wine,
Well-
meaning dry wine.
But
I wonder, does Dunkel mean something like sweet?
I think it's like, because you got like the Munich Dunkels and Hells and stuff like that. So I think it's more of like a style.
Allergate.
Differentiation.
Ooh, texts are blowing up.
Yeah, there we go, Rob. Get it in there. But it's a beautiful little bottle. It's definitely an eye turner.
So, we just heard in from somebody. Miss Marley Rowell says hi
Hi, Marley.
from Labor and Delivery.
That's hilarious. Their priorities are exactly intact.
So, our barista Marley, who has been pregnant for several months, she is now in delivery
Admitted in hospital and watching the show.
and watching us live.
What are you drinking
That's
now,
true.
Marley? Let me guess. A short can of Sprite. Or, I'm sorry, Shasta.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
So yes, this is special price $2.75. The Flensburger Dunkel got a really nice caramel color to it.
Oh yeah, so it's funny to me that they call it like dark lager because I mean it's not that much darker than like
It's definitely a caramel tone.
it's
but,
it's darker than like a pilsner would be.
I mean, it's like, I hate to say this, but this is kind of like Yinling color.
It really is. Nice and malty, man.
Yeah, it smells of malt, but I can also catch this glimpse of hop through there.
It's like it's noble hops. It's German noble hops. They're specifically earthy, spicy. They're just there to bitter it up a little bit. Yeah, mustaches.
You're complaining about your Raleigh fingers?
Yeah.
So I did just think of something. Marley, I just want to confirm, you are the person admitted into labor and delivery. You're not working labor and delivery tonight, right? Because she is a nurse.
She's good with her hands. That's a good spot.
She's drinking high quality H2O.
High quality water. All right.
So this is nice. This is refreshing. It does have a little caramel notes on the back end. So it does have some similarities to a darker beer, I think.
Yeah, that's actually what I really like about this is the presentation is very.
No baby yet. He needs to get some more steroids.
So baby medicine. That's what we're working on. So I like the delivery on this from the bottle, the label, everything. And then when we get,
You like the delivery on this?
see where I'm going with this, boys. Yeah. And then this like caramel tone, and then like these slightly like sweet, but not overly not sugary sweet, like deep German malt sweet.
Yeah, it's malty sweet.
Not like that Belgian
It's not
confectionery
it's
sugar.
not like Bach level sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticky.
I agree.
No, it's just malty. It's grainy, but those hop tones are there.
It's got a lot of good flavor. I would really this to me just reeks of like good like meal beer, like while you're eating. Like if I had not slammed the Reuben that I had right before the show,
I've got a Fest beer.
this would probably go great with the Reuben that I just ate.
I feel like Fest beer doesn't always tie in well with food,
And
whereas this Dunkel could just kind of go with anything.
this seems like it would go well with street style food, like
Yeah.
sandwiches or sausages and
Even slightly fried taste, food on a stick, food wrapped in food, food off a cart. Spatzel?
stuff that's I don't want to say low quality, but not fine dining. But
Braunschweiger.
you want something easy.
I could do it with some knockwurst and load it up with kraut.
Ooh, liverwurst and Limburger.
All right, Josh, you
We're
had to
basically
take it there.
Wurst. We'll do this with Wurst.
And raw red onions and spicy mustard.
Do you dip the red onions in the mustard after you eat the Wurst?
No, you just grab them all by handfuls and just shovel them in your mouth.
Just together.
In equal ratios.
In measures of just total indiscretion.
And then rub the mustard across your lips. That's how Rob eats a hot dog.
Yeah, I just digested all of that, and I there was a slight somber note when I really looked into it further. It makes me kind of hungry. But that's
kind of how Rob
that's a
eats
meta
pizza,
level
too.
comment.
General, how Rob eats. Just
Yeah, I saw Rob eat, and I had great sadness.
speaking of that, what happened to footlong hot dogs?
The footlong buns, they can't make them anymore.
All the
COVID. It shut down the footlong bun factory.
all the chemicals in the water. The girls develop quicker, but the boys don't. So the foot-long hot dogs are now all 6 inches.
Well, it's not that the boys aren't developing. You just don't like the way they're developing.
I'm developing this slow burn humor, and I think Josh likes it.
It all started yesterday.
Is Rob talking about trace?
It's like,
Are you talking about birth control in the water supply?
no, I'm not talking about it.
Trace estrogen.
I'll tell you what. You think about it however you want.
Look,
I'm just laying it out there.
kids
and then
eating glue is
that's the
honestly
funny
a
part,
bigger problem.
is everybody,
the other thing about the footlong hot dog is
everybody can interpret the way they want.
I view a footlong hot dog like the large order of pancakes. It's an awesome idea in theory, and then you get a third of the way.
Alexis thought that was funny.
You get a third
Alexis
place
is our first fan tonight.
And you're like, I don't know why I thought I could do this. Oh, man. Because who can actually eat 14 pancakes?
I can't. That's why those first two are trash. Don't make them so big. You know,
I can handle like 2 pancakes.
you got to go on Silver Dollar Pancake Day.
There you go.
What was it? IHOP.
I didn't like it the first time.
Unlimited Silver Dollar Pancakes. IHOP. That's.
Oh, dude, no.
So,
Do you fruit the pancakes?
one thing I like about that Dunkel, it's easy drinking and went down quick.
Maybe Hans's lingonberry.
Really.
Thank you, Alexis. She said, "You guys are usually funny. I'm thinking tonight, not so much."
We'll get there eventually. Alexis, would you like some corn candy?
That was awesome.
No, now we're just spilling on
You
it.
can't use that towel because it's protecting the brand.
Yeah.
'Cause if you take
Well,
that off, we can
It's actually protecting my accident, so equally so.
it's hiding.
I got to that pretty quick. That I only lost an ounce or two.
So since
The advantage of us eating on stage is that we have plenty of napkins
Yeah, so
ready.
that's the problem. Now Nick and I both ate before the show,
Yeah,
so
I
it's like we're not coming into this with an empty stomach.
yeah, and you're like
Not hungry, not funny.
not drinking.
I'm a little more snarky when I'm hungry. I'll agree.
I came into this like expecting Thanksgiving dinner with like the girlfriend's parents or something. I don't know.
I don't know how Rob
Like, I
gets
can't-
mad
I
at
can't
me
go,
for
like,
eating.
You can't eat all you want. You can't drink nearly as much as you need to.
It's just like Thanksgiving with the family.
I'm not saying I've been there. Speaking of drinking nearly as much as we need to,
What's next?
I don't know.
You make the call, Rob.
I
Or the
don't.
wine.
No,
thought-
let's go with the beer.
This beer's it's not over the top.
Let's give the wine a little bit longer to
I
chill,
had a
'cause it's just
sneak
got there.
preview into this beer. I think that Josh is actually going to like this.
Oh.
I happen to know.
Alexis is getting in on the humor. She says, "I lived in Germany for over a year. I'm enjoying the worst jokes ever."
Worst jokes ever. I watched a lot of Indiana Jones this week, so I'm ready for the worst jokes ever, Mr. Jones.
And I've been watching Babylon Berlin on Netflix, which is actually a really interesting show.
I'm not watching anything else on Netflix that you suggest to me again.
Wait, did you watch America?
Yes, I watched this cartoon movie that's an hour and 39 minutes long. And after about after about 10 minutes of it, I felt like I was never going to get an hour and 39 minutes back.
You scared me with the title. This doesn't
it's
have
called-
Edward James Olmos in it.
No, it's
does
called
it?
America the Motion Picture, and it's an animated movie that takes all of America's historical heroes and totally disassembles them.
Boffs them.
I think it's worse than that.
I mean,
Oh, come on. You had to laugh. At least
I did laugh a little bit, yes, but
Like,
but
are
we
they
got
cracking
repet-
on Ben Franklin, or like what are we doing?
He
Ben
was in there,
Franklin,
yeah.
He dies early on.
Yeah,
Syphilis,
right
right?
right after signing, he got after signing the Declaration of Independence, he got murdered by the machine gun toting Nazis that were being led by Benedict Arnold. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't put too much thought into it because Geronimo was
So
a major
chronology is
Yeah,
not of the issue.
character.
Geronimo's
Abe Lincoln
main
and George
character.
Washington were best friends.
So this is more like Tonto and
Abe Lincoln gets killed early on by Benedict Arnold.
Lone Ranger fighting in
We're,
heaven.
No,
by the way,
no
we're
Lone
not
Ranger.
spoiling the plot for you, like, 'cause it's not really much of one.
I'm like the more you go at this, it sounds like a Leslie Marmon Silko novel.
I mean, we all know how the movie ends anyway. America.
Rob was like, I don't even want to acknowledge how dark
Sam
you just
Adams-
went with that.
Sam Adams is in it.
Sam Adams is in it?
He
No! Is it played by Samuel L. Jackson?
No.
No.
Because that's the one thing. I'm sorry.
John Henry Irons is in it.
Oh, okay.
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison is in it. She is a very good character.
That Dunkel is excellent. You know, you guys wonder if it goes great with food. I just got to tell you,
Catch it.
it goes great with conversation.
And Paul Revere's in there.
Yeah, he's not so bright in his nightly
How about
armor.
Paul Revere's horse?
Yes. He was in there until he got his head
Very
blown off.
important figure.
He was in there until he got his head blown off.
And then turned into...
And then they made Charlie a robot horse.
with a very specific head.
I don't understand why he was not entertained. All of this sounds perfectly entertaining.
I think there was a... Rob may not have been like...
Were you high enough?
No. Obviously, I was nowhere near.
Because like
That didn't even take a moment of thought. No.
I just want to make sure I got my question right. Yeah.
Channing
Hey,
Tatum...
I'm gonna
is
get a
the
beer
voice-
out.
Geronimo cut his own arm off with the hatchet because
I'm
he
glad
got
you
bit
said
by a
arm.
werewolf.
I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah,
Because he got bit by a werewolf, and then he
Channing Tatum
complained
is
about it the
voice
rest of the
George
movie.
Washington.
I mean, have you seen Magic Mike? It might as well be called
actually
Magic
yes,
George.
in the movie we did.
Yeah. Magic Mike.
Oh
is in
no,
there.
Magic Mike is in the movie. You can't have Channing Tatum doing anything.
Paul Bunyan and Babe are in it.
Yep.
It's
Until
like
Paul
a
Bunyan gets
century
shot
later.
through the face.
Abe
then it's-
Lincoln and George
and then it's
Washington were
just-
best friends.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that.
Open the next beer.
Ernie, good news. I am back on Untapped. Apparently, I didn't realize when I got my new phone, I
So-
wasn't correctly getting any of my updates.
So
And I
all
was
you
signed
people that
out.
just joined, Josh and I were not sharing memories from a mutual
See how you
drug-filled
like this.
fever dream.
It's one you
It was actually a
Movie on Netflix.
new movie on Netflix called America: The Motion Picture.
Which sounds way better than American Me.
You
Well,
need,
it does
but you
sound-
need to be in a drug-induced state to
Or
properly
really
watch it. I
drunk or
think.
something, man.
At least, if you're going to watch this movie, come by and mention to at least one member of our staff that you plan on watching this movie tonight, and we'll make sure you're set up right.
Yeah, you need some form of altered state of consciousness for this stuff.
Caffeine, you probably just to make it through the whole thing.
Bobo, how you
How did he
doing?
get it so good? Bobo's into it.
Robert O'Quinn.
Oh, nice.
All right.
So this one we're doing a gizmo. You're sticking to the family. Was
I am. I'm
this
a
the
brand pony tonight.
Bar Bruges
I think you
single
said
hot
it.
pale ale.
You could probably say like Bar Rouge, but
Okay, you
I
say
don't know.
Bar
I-
Bruges, and I'll say Bar Bruges.
yeah, I agree with you.
yeah.
Well, that's not an argument.
Cool, because I'm on a roll with winning arguments lately.
I saw that.
Yeah, Barbie Rogue.
Watching Rob win an argument in group text is like wondering whether you have to go to a wake the next day.
You saw it live. Bro. You saw it live. I didn't. There was nothing about group text on what you saw.
Winning an argument in a group text, man. That's like getting the most thumbs up in a comment section on Facebook.
Yeah, you
Oh,
could-
yeah, that's
might
fun.
be able to start your own 4chan now.
Unfortunately.
4chan. Oh, let's skip.
I know you thought I was going to say Reddit thread, but
Yeah,
no.
let's skip Reddit. Let's skip Reddit. Let's just
I hear you,
go-
Bobby. I hear you, Bobby. He's here to celebrate labor unions that fought to get this day off. I hear you, Bobby.
Yeah. Southside Irish, what's up?
So
Me
Hey,
Gente.
hey, I'm from Brunswick County. What's a labor union?
yeah, so we probably shouldn't have been taking Labor Day off, is what Bobby's saying. I understand what he's getting at. I think because labor unions are illegal in North Carolina.
Are they illegal or just not recognized?
They're not allowed.
So they're non-sanctioned. So if you're part of a union in North Carolina, it's a non-sanctioned union?
I don't know that there is a union in North
Tell those
There
carpetbaggers to stuff it, right?
Oh my Jesus!
Did I get that right, boys?
Good God!
Carolina. So the beer we're
The
drinking
Lord's name in vain will not be accepted here.
is
I said, good God.
Okay.
Bar Bruges. It's a single hop pale ale from Gizmo out of Raleigh.
I think we covered that one.
$4 a pint, and it's 5.4 ABV.
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
So this is not an IPA. This is just a
Just
pale
a
ale.
pale ale.
What would be the difference?
Well, IPA, probably not measurably different in the SRM, which would be like how we look at a beer or the color of it. However, when you get into the malt build, generally, okay, unless you get into session IPAs, generally IPA is going to have a little higher alcohol percentage because they're going to be stacked on that malt build, and then they're going to follow with a hop flight. This is what, a single hop variety. Does it express having single malt or any expression of the malt? That's fine. It can still just have a pale malt build.
It doesn't look like a smash.
Yeah. There we go.
Single malt, single hop.
Yeah.
But yeah, pale ales are generally just a little bit lighter body wise and ABV wise. What's the ABV on this guy?
5.4.
5.4. Yeah, so it's like you have less of the malt going in. You don't typically hop them as heavy.
Yeah,
as
it
you
doesn't
would an
taste
IPA.
like grass, like a session. Like this is just over the percentage of a session IPA, but it doesn't have that super grassy feel that a lot of sessions have.
Okay.
It kind of does remind me of like
Now-
the classic pale ale Sierra
Now,
Nevada.
if I recall correctly,
You do
the
like
I
India.
just had that I just had like the weird chill moment going.
Shake your shoulder.
If I recall correctly, the India Pale Ales were hopped so aggressively because they were done for the voyages from England to India, so that the beer didn't go
The
bad.
historical context, yeah, I believe like what would we call that, cask hopping or
Hops
barrel
have
hopping.
antiseptic properties, so that when they figured out that the hoppier the beer was, the longer it lasted when exposed to oxygen. Just because, like,
So they would
let's
literally.
be honest, back in like 1700s, 1800s, imperial English days, it was kind of hard to just vacuum seal everything. I don't know if we've really even discovered that yet. But the hops just made the beer last longer. You didn't risk contamination as quickly.
Yeah.
But when they got thirsty on the ship, cracked the beers open, because over time, hop flavor goes away too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, IPAs are known for not cellaring the best if you want hop flavor.
It's a dissipating. It forms an acid compound that can be easily broken down.
Yeah. But they got thirsty, cracked the beer open, the kegs open halfway instead of when they got there, like they were supposed to. And then they all got hooked on the extra bitter beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or so the story goes.
Yeah, I mean, but literally the idea of cask hopping or just loading hops on top of a barrel, fresh hopping a beer, take all that airspace that would be in the top of a barrel and literally just having floating hops sitting there. It has like an antiseptic quality. You don't get that aerobic
Bob,
bacteria
you missed
forming.
earlier. We had a Flensburger Dunkel. That's more along the lines
Too
of
much
what you're
science.
looking for.
Science.
He was just commenting that he wished that amber ales and brown ales were more popular as IPAs. He's not an IPA fan, so.
That's all right. We have a couple of nice brown ales in, some flavored, but we also have just some simple brown ales.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Crying Won't Help
Oh yeah, from
New Anthem.
Yep.
And that's
Well,
just an outstanding brown ale.
Just remember, Bob, if mom jeans are in style again, amber ales will be too.
Yeah. Glass Beach from Kai was something we had on tap a couple weeks back, which I will gladly remind Rob that we could definitely do that again. Glass Beach was a phenomenal amber ale local scene.
So yeah,
This is a
People like it. You know, the old
we'll see what-
Irish Red
we'll see
crowd,
what Bill's
they love
has.
it.
They might have something along those lines too. We're getting into.
I just like the fresh style of this beer. There's just something fresh and tasty about it as you drink it. It's not overwhelming any different direction.
I agree.
It's just a really palatable, very shareable.
it's herbaceous.
There's a little hoppiness to
The
it, but
hops
it's
are
not.
present.
It's not huge.
They're not like bitter. They're just, like Josh said, herbaceous.
Yeah.
It's like lemongrass.
It's a single hop. What hop variety is it?
Bar Rouge.
Bar Rouge.
Oh, that is the hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse my ignorance, folks.
Oh, I wonder what this beer's named after.
I thought it was Redbeard.
No. Yeah, Sweet Josie's good. We've had that in house before too. So yeah, Sweet Josie from
Lone Rider.
Lone Rider. Yeah.
Very Sweet Josie's quite sweet. I mean, it has verging on chocolate, a little bit of licorice tone.
Has a really good malt build.
Yeah.
That's a really good food.
So this is a pale malt build. Sweet Josie is definitely a dark malt build, right?
Yeah.
Or brown malt.
A lot of amber brown malts. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of a darker malt to get a color like that, and the flavor profile of Sweet Josie is going to be more.
So since we're here, I'm going to just be the guy. I'm going to ask the question, Josh. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this before, that color in malt is indicative of how long you're cooking your malt. Not as you're making your beer, but as you're prepping your malt. When you're making your malt basically into a syrup, into an extract. How long they're roasted at, what sort of temperatures?
It's a roasting of the malted barley. It also depends on whether it's 2-row or 6-row barley.
So we're talking about when they have the fresh barley germ, like the corn itself, and then when they prep
corn.
When they prep that, need some candy corn. Was that a key word?
Yeah.
You also have like roasted barley where they roast unmalted barley, and there's like a whole world of like barley stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about red malts. We've talked about all this stuff, and then you take some variants on the botanical of the barley itself.
And then you've got the difference of like where the barley's from.
So and like water content in it will give you different roastings and.
Yeah.
But basically, we're talking about taking that fresh grain and doing a roast, and then creating something. This process is actually very akin to like coffee roasting. It's probably the closest thing to it. Rob, really, that's awesome. That's a great display.
I'm glad somebody eats candy corn.
Kimber's very proud.
It actually is quite tasty with this beer.
It's Brock's. It's the real stuff. I will say.
It actually, candy corn happens to knock even the little bit of hop notes.
Oh, it goes with it. I agree. Rob's on this here.
Lavender in this as well.
You get a lavender?
Like aromatic on the back, the palate.
That's actually like, I mean, Josh doesn't even like lavender, so the fact that he's bringing it up,
And savory.
it is a compliment. I'm gonna say that.
Not the flavor. Savory.
The herb is savory?
No, the herb savory.
Savory.
Not the flavor savory like umami.
It's
Savory is also
kind of like a sorrel.
Does savory taste like savory?
No, savory is actually not savory.
Then why do they call it savory?
Dude, you're diving into semantics here.
Was that? Did I not clear that up a second?
Yeah, Nick, don't get him started on sorrel.
Sorrel. Sounds like an old Amish name. Sorrel.
That's funny. We knew this girl named Sorrel, and I think she was like a Romspringer. Just got stuck at the hippie college.
Sorrel.
I'm sorrel about that.
Very Sorrel.
Did anyone get a wine key?
Yes.
Matt actually, it was one of the first items on the table. So thanks to our producer, he got that. He's pumping iron right now?
Possibly.
Yeah, he's like halfway through.
I'm trying to picture in my head what he's listening to music-wise.
He had the headphones on. It was clear he was listening to stuff.
Probably a little bit of Madonna.
He was like, "Holiday, make me feel
like,
so great."
Some of the crazier stuff I listen to is like what he listens to when he works out. Is that
Guys, I just took another sip out of my my palate cleanser. This thing has a very it's a very washable type flavor. If that means anything to anyone,
It has a what?
very washable flavor.
So it's dirty socks.
No, I think I think your socks would come out clean after you wash it with this.
So it's bleach.
soapy?
It's like watery and kind of a little bit soapy.
Is that a good thing for your beer?
It's a palate cleanser.
It could be that you're coming back to it after that, and the
Yeah.
top profile is not really agreeing with it.
I see.
It's
It
like,
may not
honestly,
be the best choice for a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying.
Or yeah.
Like it might be just completely washing my palate.
Have you ever?
Unlike my palate cleanser,
Have you ever?
the Golden Road Mango Card.
Yeah, I mean that'd be like using Rumpelmans as your palate cleanser for a wine tasting.
Did somebody do that recently?
No, not me.
Looking at you here, candy corn.
No. They don't let me have Rumple Mints anymore.
Who's they? I just gotta know who does Rob refer to as they?
The men in the black helicopters.
I'll tell you what, the Rumpelmans, for being peppermint schnapps, that's some dangerously good stuff.
I just figure Rob's mostly an us guy, a we us.
No, I'm a he.
A fifth of Rumpelmans.
He's gotta clarify. There's no they
I'm just saying.
in Rob.
Fifth of Rumpelmans.
I don't know, Rob. I mean,
Case of Thin Mints.
some of the mascots you have around this office just draw some questions. Little shout out to
So I've got to say, I don't remember this wine at all from the tasting.
little shout out to Halo.
You get up.
Oh, you guys want some? Ooh, that was terrible.
I thought I
That was-
had.
That was
I
what
thought
I should have held that in a little while longer.
It might be. We know when they say they make soap out of beer.
You gotta do the thing.
Am I supposed to give him one too?
No, you gotta do the thing, man.
If you don't want any wine, I don't have to pass it your way.
Yeah, there's just too many cords.
Hey, Mister, I break wine glasses on a regular basis.
All I have to do is put him down. He's getting nervous already.
Ever since that time I cut myself right
That was-
before the show started.
That was
just
really
let it-
weird. What was that, last week?
2 weeks ago that you sat it down and it just broke.
It just snapped on me.
Exploded.
And one might have been a pre-fail.
Grazie. Alright, so what is this, the Autentico?
Yes, this is the Autentico by Covinas, made with organic grapes.
It sounds very...
Oh,
So I'm guessing, just off the name, I'm going to throw out Portugal, Spain, and Italy.
Here you go.
I think it's Spanish. I kind of remember this. And I feel like as soon as I taste it...
Vino Blanco, white wine. That's what Vino Blanco means. Oh, it's made 100% Macabeo.
Oh, that's Spanish.
That would
Yeah.
be Spanish.
Yeah, I remember this now.
Nick's got to go clear his stomach before he puts wine on it. Oh no, he's I don't know where he's going. 100% Macabeo. I really don't remember tasting this. I mean, we must have liked it,
Oh, yeah, I do definitely... I remember that we liked it.
although it was probably also because it's the totally organic wine.
Yeah, because this is... Branson.
So,
Or...
was Branson.
Was okay.
And it actually might be because this doesn't look like. Yeah, it does look like Queen Wine's label.
Does it have like the whole breakdown?
Yeah. It is a wine of Spain. It's vegan.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
1% Macabeo, and I can't even read that small print.
Funky Corvinas.
So anyway, that's the label. It's $19 a bottle.
I definitely remember this. The first sip.
Oh, yeah. I remember it on the nose. Which is a good thing. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Yeah, no, I remember this because it was really delightfully tasty.
On the nose, I get
Fresh.
like this honey lemon invite.
So for
Which
me
is
on the
just
nose, I'm picking
awesome.
up that it's going to be I get a lot of lemon and like there's going to be a lot of dryness to it. But I think I'm going to be surprised.
Honey is not one of those things that I always assign to sweet or dry. I know that when I say the word honey, most people instantly just start thinking sweet. But there's this amber, tannic quality of honey that always presents the floral nature of it. And that's kind of really what I was picking out.
I think there's an inherent sweetness to this. And like a little bit of brininess. But it's not sweet, it's fruit sweet.
I think that brininess keeps that sweetness in
There's
check.
a front of the palate sweetness to it that I could put akin to honey.
It's kind of like a lemon drop.
And then the back end is just tart, acid, lemon acid.
It reminds me of like a lemon head, honestly.
I don't know if it's pickpole lemony, but it's
I
definitely
don't know. This is pretty lemony.
like of that nature. Yeah.
There's a certain redheaded wine consumer that comes in. This needs to be pointed to.
Yeah, especially
I'm pretty
especially
sure that
when
was-
that certain redhead wine
Consumer?
consumer, huh? Anyway, connoisseur. Yeah, yeah. It's like a buyer who knows, right? A connoisseur.
Yeah, that's the clientele of every wine shop in like good sides of New York City. Connoisseurs.
Yeah, you need them, and especially when their daughters show up and look for a little something just a little sweeter than what mom drinks.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember this, and I'm pretty sure we even said that when we tried it.
Like, there's nothing. I want to follow. These guys are right. There's nothing sweet about the finish of this wine. This wine finishes dry.
So, for being 100% Macabeo, this has a very Sauvignon Blanc,
Very savvy. Yeah.
essence to it.
I do get this like honeydew, little melon kind of take right mid palate, and I'm really enjoying that. That's like a great.
Almost papaya.
Yeah, like a green melon papaya. Very subtle flavors. What was that? No. This is not the candy corn. Fest beer candy corn, yes. This stuff, no.
Do not add sugar to that wine.
That's great. They got to see that.
Woo!
Man, I want to replay
Remind
that
me
one.
to go back to this
Yeah.
video. I just frame by frame.
I want to loop that on.
I want to
Vine.
I want to take that, turn it into a GIF or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's still there on the palate.
Why Rob is not in Congress?
Yeah, that looked like it hurt. I mean,
I almost want to do it again, but just because it was such an absolutely horrendous taste.
I will say, to Rob's defense, it never once occurred to me to eat corn candy with this wine.
why do you keep saying corn
It's candy corn. Candy corn, not corn candy. Or corn candy. It's candy corn.
No, it's corn and candy.
No, it says on the bag candy corn.
Yeah, I know her Brock's. Okay.
Is this
Okay.
Is this another one of your Chicago things that you insist on doing that we all make fun of you for? Whether you realize we're making fun of you for or not?
So
A lot of times behind your back.
in Chicago,
But even to your face.
we recognize Brock's as having candy corn. Everything else is a different thing. This is Brock's. This
So
is
it's
the real
candy
thing.
corn.
It is. You're right.
Now, if we had some bridge mix, I'd do that. But
That got very Midwest there. Bridge mix. That's good.
yeah, bridge mix I can do.
So with the raisins or without?
All right. Luckily, that sugar load is
Pretzel
gone
raisin that really buys you
from my palate for that wine
those
because
generic M&Ms.
Yeah.
So nuts.
whatever you do not take a cube of sugar and put it in your mouth and then try this wine.
There's nothing about this
Yeah.
wine that makes me think that
Yeah.
sugar's what I need to have. With
Now,
it.
I will tell you what that also made me realize. This is not going to be a good wine for dessert.
No.
Yeah, it kind of has that look, but really this would be like a great, like some guy was eating grouper nuggets with like a Polynesian sauce earlier. It seemed like that
All
could
about
hit.
the grouper nuggets.
That could really hit with this.
Yeah, Honestly, I don't know, cause like I don't know how it play with the grease on the breading.
A canola. That's how you play with it.
Now, what I would suggest it with would be something like oysters on the half, ceviche.
Oh, yeah.
I had a shrimp salad from Lowe's the other day, which was like literally cocktail shrimp, just tossed in like light vinaigrette. I think that would play well.
I'm with Josh here. It's seafood, fresh seafood.
Seafood is what makes me like. I think you could pull off chicken with it.
You're
too.
right, Alexis. That's exactly what Josh was saying. Fish or seafood wine. Yep.
Yeah.
Fish and maybe chicken, depending on how you did it.
Yeah, how you did it. The herbal quality.
I wouldn't get into too much. I maybe do a
chicken piccata,
lemon herb chicken, but I wouldn't do
I think chicken piccata might work with the natural brine in it, the briny flavor.
Yeah, like more on the more of the same kind of thing.
Yeah. But I wouldn't get into like a fried chicken.
You could even involve the wine in your.
You're going for synergy with that. Fennel salad might work with this.
Yeah.
Well, what's like the Spanish equivalent of like a niçoise salad?
Niçoise salad? Probably the same thing, just with a different word.
Catalan salad, yeah.
It's probably, they probably just laugh at us. Like those Basque people eat that stuff.
Yeah, they're like salad and ink. I don't know. There's
Use
octopo.
your words.
Octopo. Would you eat octopus with this?
Octopi?
Did you?
Well, octopo. That's how you see it on the tapas.
No. But octopi or octopus, yes. I would eat this. I definitely would do this. And I would eat it, especially if it were prepared slightly pickled like they do for in Japan.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool right there. Slightly pickled octopus. Squid, I think would be pretty good. Calamari.
The fried part of it, I think
you don't have to fry calamari.
I know.
There are other ways to eat squid.
I know, but I'm still. Most people think calamari is going to be fried.
With this, but this is one of those.
In America, yes.
I generally don't like the spongy, just like I don't know how they flatten and boil and beat it on the rocks and whatever. But just like that spongy octopus, that's why I call it octopo, because it's like this particular dish that they do where you get sliced octopus, and it's very spongy. This is like the first thing I ever thought of that would actually make that edible.
Never get octopus from the gourmet down here. It's never thought out all the way when I get it. It's just like, eating like half frozen octopus is just not good.
Well, that's not exactly what I was referring to, but octopo could be. You keep challenging me on this, but we're drinking Macabeo, not Macabeus or Macabei.
I have no idea what the Spanish word Macabeo has to do with the
Spanish word for octopus. Okay.
Pho would be good with this.
I could do that.
Are you cussing at me?
No, if you did like a seafood pho.
Well, there is a
tell
pho.
me you call me a pho one more time.
Well, hold on. I want to clear this up. He talked about seafood pho, not a feuillet. Feuillet is the land creature.
No. I don't know what that would be called. But
I'm pretty sure you served it to me. The one with the pig intestines in it. That's
the chicken one.
That's the feuillet.
No, that's just what you tell that's what your brain's telling yourself as you're eating it. It's so good.
So, I think there's a lot of broad
there's kind
white
of
meat or fish dishes, chicken that we can.
Kind of a golden tone to this wine, just short of Chardonnay.
It doesn't need to be heavily spiced.
I'd approach it like an Albarino, pairing this with stuff.
Yeah, and I think Albarino, more so than this, like just screams just seafood. Just like
Albarino has the softness that this hints
this
at.
Actually opens up to a few things.
But this is definitely like an open-ended white wine. Like it's it's not just this soft like Albarino, or it has like, if you like a Vino Verde, you might like this wine, but it doesn't resemble Vino Verde. You know what I'm saying here is there are ways, there are many paths to get to this Nook. I feel like this is the white wine that is the Nook with 8 paths. Like there's many ways to get here, but once you get here, you're gonna love it.
Sweetbreads would be good with this.
Yeah, breads themselves. I wanted to say this. I was actually thinking more like an olive.
Sweetbreads are not bread.
Is this not what he's talking about?
Sweetbreads are thymus glands.
Okay. When I said olive loaf, I wasn't talking about bread either. So
Holiday. Oh no, I'm not even going to bring that up, Alexis, because that's just going to put Josh on a whole different.
Oh come on, please! You can't do that.
Holiday style salt cod.
Yeah.
yeah, we're back in Buffalo.
Brined with peppers and olives. Would it cut through that brine?
Oh,
Now I definitely remember
Yes,
Alexis.
yes,
Now that she's really like
yes.
flaunting her restaurant skills, I absolutely remember Alexis this weekend.
Oh God, I love some salt cod.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
And she just laughed at that. I think you prepped that ahead of time.
Yeah.
I think,
It was like a pre-type.
You were just waiting
call
to
that?
pull that out of the box.
Oh God, I just want salt cod fritters and salt cod anything right now.
That's okay because you missed out on the grouper nuggets.
No,
All comes back to
the.
What are you doing over there? We like this wine too, Rob.
You do? Awesome. So let's rate some beer. So the first one we had tonight was the
Dunkel, the
Flensburger Dunkel.
Flensburger.
Again, we have this in on special right now at $2.75. There may be some more of it left around once we run out, and I'll try to find out if there is. This is for me, a very good representation of the style. It's a true German Dunkel. It's not. It is a darker beer as far as like amber, brown ale type stuff, but it comes across crisp as well. It has a little of that malty caramel notes to it, but then it comes across crisp. It's not like drinking a stout that's got that milky taste to it, or that big bold coffee that's gonna hang with you for a while. Mm-hmm. This is a crisp beer that just you drink it, it goes off your palate. Then you drink it again, it goes off your palate. Mm-hmm. It doesn't hang around a long time.
Cool. What's your rating?
I appreciate it. I'm gonna go 1.6 on this. 1.65.
Nice. I actually happen to agree with Rob for once.
Cool. That's unusual. I mean,
and those of us who have watched,
find something to bang my head against because it doesn't happen often.
I'll not tell them what you were banging your head against earlier. No, Rob and I do actually agree on a few things from time to time, and this happens to be one of them. This is a highly drinkable beer. This is great for friends and company, and during the middle of fest beer and pumpkin beer time, this is like one of those other flavors you need to remember is equally part of this season and is an authentic German flavor and has existed since the inception of the Reinholzgebot. The Dunkel has been recognized and is made to recipe in Germany. It's how we don't put a lot of imports in the shop. The ones we put in are outstanding. They're 2-star beers every time. So the fact that on a 2-thumb system.
Oh, okay.
God, now he's got me thinking. You're doing that counting game again.
Yeah, when we're on stars, we're kind of normally talking 5 total. But
unless you're talking Michelin stars, and then there's 3.
There's a couple ways to get me to rise above a 165, a 17 territory.
The beer star rating?
Not Michelin star, because that's food.
Michelin.
That'd probably be the Beer Advocate scale. Is really probably your best.
But those are mugs.
No, that's like just literally out of 100.
Yeah, but Beer Advocate is a popularly sourced periodical that contains articles by BJCP recognized.
Mm-hmm. Who would
You
widely
know.
be considered, if you look on the website, the bros.
So when you see like who's writing the articles in this, it turns out they're actual fucking beer judges and brewers.
Yeah, that face is not planned there, Lisa. That was just do not drink this wine and eat candy corn. That's
Can
nasty.
we get some candy corn down here with my Fleishenberger? God, that was awesome.
Hey, try getting
He
this
totally
cup.
do it again.
It's like wine pong.
We need to get one for the camera. Damn it, same spot.
I was hoping that.
All right, we'll give up. One more. He throws it in my hand. He throws it right in my hand that time.
Yeah, if you stick it in the wine glass, we have to take what, 2 away?
So I'm not gonna drink this with the wine. I'm gonna put it with the beer. Fleishenberger.
That
Um,
1.5.
I'm going 1.7 on the Fleishenberger.
All
Here's why: the girl's top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I brew with Josh. We're doing our next batch. I bought some bottles.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is literally the best, like one of the
So,
best bottles for home.
Here's another reason to come in and drink this in the shop. If you
Pale
drink it
ale,
in the
candy
shop,
corn.
you give Josh and
Great
Nick
fit.
extra
Great
bottles
chocolate.
for their brewing. Did you hear that? If they come in and drink this in the shop, they give you guys extra bottles for your brewing.
Yeah, we recycle.
If you
Don't
want,
take it.
if you want to give the bottle to us, I mean that's up to you. You can keep
And
it.
like I said, there was the story goes that the reason this is
If
on
you put
special.
your name on it, there's a good chance you get your bottle back.
Well,
Yeah.
the story goes the reason that this is on special is because when it got shipped to them,
The containers.
They opened the container and the cases basically were all shredded. So they actually have like cases worth of loose bottles. So just
Yeah.
trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, no, these bottles showed up in a wine box,
Yeah.
just stacked like together,
Yeah, which
which was like chaotic but awesome.
Which is highly unusual.
oh,
But
dude, just being the person like unloading that at
Yeah,
the warehouse, and it's like you're the guy that opens it. You're like,
fuck.
yeah, just
That took some creativity. It definitely took some creativity.
I mean, and it's probably like 9:30, like on a Tuesday morning. You're like, you don't even really want to be there, or like the worst possible moment.
Yeah, probably like a case got shattered in the whole crate, the
And
whole
you're trying to figure out where
shipping
it's at,
crate,
and you're just-
and it just made everything soaking wet through shipping, and then all those cardboard boxes just like
melted.
disintegrated during shipping.
Well, they're
So-
made in Germany, so they're like biodegradable.
Lisa, I don't think this would hold up to Black and Chicken. This wine, I think
the
Black
wine-
and Chicken would overpower it.
I could lead into Black and Chicken with this wine with some hors d'oeuvres, finger servings. I'd probably get something a little more sturdy to go with that Black and Chicken.
Black and Chicken would go great with a Dunkel.
Depending on how you're herbing that chicken,
that would be.
I would wonder whether you're stepping into red territory, like, or if you really need just a sturdy
Speaking
Chardonnay.
of red,
Or more beer.
Bar Rouge.
Bar Rouge.
Yeah.
I'll take this one first.
All
Yeah,
right.
do it, Josh.
Go, Nick. This is a single hop pale ale from Gizmo, 5.4% ABV and $4 ounce pint.
Get that corn away from me, dude.
It's really good with this beer.
No. Look. Some people don't eat meat. I don't eat candy corn.
What are you, a candy cornitarian?
No, that would mean that's all I eat.
Oh, that's not good. Don't do
That's
that.
definitely not what I am. So Bar Rouge, I'm always excited about single hop anything or single malt anything because they're exciting exercises to just see how far you really can go with like one specific thing and just see what the flavor of that hop is. This was a really cool hop flavor going on with this Bar Rouge. Very herbaceous, not overwhelmingly bitter. I thought that was kind of awesome. It went down surprisingly easy.
Especially with the candy
You
corn.
guys know me. I always get a little weird with some of like the heavily hot things because there's just something about it and the way it sits on my stomach.
I got the herbaceous.
But there's a lot of really cool aromatics, flavor profiles going on with this. The drinkability alone is great. What was the price point coming in on this one?
$4.
$4 for a 16
That's a
ounce
walk-in,
can, dude.
That's a walk-in.
Yeah, $4 for a 16 ounce can. That's almost like industry standard at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead. Did I even rate the Flensburger?
I don't think you did, actually.
I kind of missed you on there. So
1.7.
Nice.
On the Dunkel, 1.7 on the Dunkel. Okay.
I don't even think I talked about the Dunkel.
I don't think you did either. Now that I rewinding that in my head, I'm like, no.
Yeah, Dunkel,
Nick mentioned red, and I just picked up the can.
Excellent style example. Tasty. Dunkel, 1.7.
All right.
Back to Barbara.
It's good. Everything, all things in no particular order.
What? Gizmo really surprises me sometimes with some of the stuff they do.
Yeah.
I have to say, I believe they knocked this out of the park. I'm gonna give it a 1.8.
Okay.
Which is surprisingly high for something strictly focused on hops for me.
I'm not that surprised.
Can I follow Josh up real quick on that? Because there's a lot of the things that he said that I'm going to echo and get done with. Real quick.
That's fine. Do it.
I like Josh. I like the single hop thing. I like the fact that they do a single something that shows off that their skill with just doing one and making it show up.
Yeah.
Flavor profile, I agree with you. All there. I'm going to go 1.75 on that.
Nice. We haven't had Gizmo representing in the shop regularly lately until just this last
It's
shipment.
been about a month and a half, yeah.
If we had just did it just based on this fest beer, we may have said no. But the fact that Brauerei shows up, and none of us even noticed this as identified it up top as oh, this is awesome. It's just one of those things that kind of somebody's, oh, you're ordering Gizmo, let's do this too, right? Yeah. Look at that label closely, because not just the black, but there's the black seal on there that says the name and all that. But then if you look at the red part, there's this silhouette of this guy with a beard, and it's so reminiscent of beard.
Oh hell, I didn't even notice that until you said that.
And then they have it's Barber Rouge, which
I don't know if
literally means
it does show up
red
on camera.
beard or something. And then Josh and I know that there's a West Coast brewery that does a thing called beard beer, and I'm wondering whether someone kind of re-inspired Gizmo.
Maybe the hop itself has a little red hue to it.
Yeah.
Red beard.
It could literally be just
Wow.
a hop inspiring a brewery to
Good pick.
get back to their roots and just make a really quality product, which I think that's exactly what they did. And some guy said a number earlier, 1.8, and before I want to say the same number, because usually I reserve those high ratings for really complex items, barrel aged and process driven. This thing is just exactly what it is. It's a really highly drinkable, friendly malt, noticeable hop, and it's just a good beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
agree
doesn't
with
even
you.
have high alcohol, but the price is right. So, good job, Gizmo.
Yeah, I think
I'm going
Gizmo-
1.8.
yeah, good job, Gizmo. Anybody want to start off on the Tentico?
I can start.
100%
I
Macabeo?
can start.
Right.
Josh is right. I can
Nick
start.
volunteered.
Yeah, I have a pretty simplistic view on this wine, which is it's good. It makes me hungry. Everybody wants to know what food this goes with. It goes with appetizers, and who cares what you're serving as appetizers? Because once they drink this wine, they will be hungry.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you've eaten before. There's just something about this wine that's so appetizing.
Crab dip.
Yeah,
Hell, I keep wanting to reach over for the candy corn just
Don't
because it's
do
there.
that. It was really
Because
the
it's
candy
making
corn
me want
was
to go
really
to eat.
good with the barber.
Yeah.
But do not do it with the wine.
No, I won't.
Yeah. What I like about this, number one, it's Spanish. I like. There's no secret on the show. Nick likes Spanish wine. Okay, reds, whites, all of it. He loves them. What this does is it gets that Mediterranean terroir involved, and it just really accentuates that brininess. Really like makes you feel like you're on the corner port on the top of a sea, right where the mountains meet it. Because there's something about those grapes that just tell you they're freshwater fed, glacial fed, but they're in contact with like a
wind that's got
a
sea in
salty
it.
fog. Yeah, something there. And that's what I'm loving it. I'm loving it. These are tough skin fruit, and every part of that's coming through in this wine. Maybe some like Verde chicken taco type, open face taco type thing could do it, but have to be such like a complex food item before you go, oh, that pairs well with that. Honestly, this just makes you hungry. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
That's really what a Spanish white really does well. Is it just makes you feel good, and then you're ready to eat. I'm going to pop out a 1.7 on this.
Excellent.
Cool.
Josh?
I'm probably going to echo Nick a little bit. I might go a little bit higher with it. I just really like good white wines.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of an Albarino to me, with that little bit of brine on the back end, but a little bit fuller in certain aspects, and a little bit lighter than others, so he doesn't have as much of a nose. It does make me hungry. Well, it would make me hungry had I not just slammed a Reuben before I started the show.
I got grouper bites.
I don't want any grouper bites. Like I said, I would be hungry.
Rob, you like the setup on that, don't you?
It always comes back to the grouper night.
Jesus. I really like it a lot. At the price point being 19 for Macabeo, full organic, there's no pigs in it.
Zero pigs involved in the
Zero
winemaking.
pigs in this wine.
There are no pigs in the vat of the wine.
No pigs
at all.
were even harmed in the making of this wine.
They didn't even use them to stomp the grapes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And pig wine is like a big thing.
Have
Some
you ever
places.
seen pigs stomp grapes?
Ah.
Neither have I.
Well, not planning on it.
Not in this wine.
And neither is Authentico.
And it's typically an Eastern Bloc kind of thing.
Pigs on... I think that's a Pink Floyd song, Pigs on the Wing, not Pigs on the Wine.
Oh my god! But no, I mean, for what it is, like, I absolutely think this is awesome wine. So I'm gonna give it 1.7.
We got Rob there. We got him.
Are you just picturing pigs running rampant through a vineyard?
I have already envisioned not only pigs crushing grapes, but pigs in harnesses suspended above the grape vats. So they're stomping while they're trying to walk because they can't walk because they're above the ground.
Do you know two of the favorite things that pigs like to chew on?
And they're just
Oyster
spinning around.
shells and peach, what do you call the pit?
Pits.
Yeah, they like peach pits, and because apparently they love crunching.
But I'm just envisioning these pigs.
Which basically is like the
4 or
crux
5 pigs
of what
like
this
suspended
wine
above
tastes
the,
like.
the wine, the grape vat.
If you crushed a
Oh my
peach
God.
And
pit,
they're just like that far off the ground, so they can't reach. And they're like,
And they
trying
can't eat
really
it.
hard.
and they just spin the grapes below them.
Oh my god!
I've got this whole system in my head.
Can you imagine the
I'll
sounds?
go to that carnival. I will go.
I can't do an oink sound. Someone do a pig squeal.
No.
Oh, I got it. It sounds like a Brunswick County mating call. Huh?
What?
Oh, new shop logo. Jessica, she just picked up on the suspended pigs for the new shop logo.
That's Walburton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Okay, so finish your rating, Josh. I'm sorry to interrupt with that.
175. No pigs in this
No
wine.
pigs.
Nope, it's zero
No
pigs.
pigs
Zero
involved in
pigs.
making
All
this
right.
wine. Zero pigs.
So for me, 100% Macabeo
We
authentic.
find out it's like authentically made by pigs. That's why it's called Authentico.
You think it could go good with ham?
So
Thinly stomped.
this one's by Covinas out of Spain.
How do
It's
you
a Spanish
slice a
white
prosciutto?
wine,
We don't.
100% Macabeo.
It's stomped.
Vegan, fully organic, blah 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 blah, all the good stuff. This wine to me here. So we brought up a couple.
Rob gets the blah blah blah.
We brought up a couple of different varietals to compare this to, just because I don't think any of us have had Macabeo before where we can let it stand on its own. We've compared it to
Solo
Sauvignon
vintage?
Blanc.
No.
We've compared it to Albarino. I actually think, as I listen to you speak, both of you, I think it kind of is either a middle ground between the two or a mesh of both.
It's got a tartness, but there's a softness.
That's right. It has the acidity for a Sauvignon Blanc. Has a little minerality. However, it has a lot of the Albarino salinity and floral notes and softness to it. And it's like a dichotomy between the two, and it's a dual thing going on your palate. You have the softness and the floral notes and the honey notes and stuff on the front of the palate. Back of the palate is pure acid and lemons and citrus, and you get the whole Sauvignon Blanc from that.
I love the label.
Great little.
Did you talk about the label?
Not yet. Great little combination on that, and I look forward to.
This thing is warm
Macabeo.
climate, autumn ready.
You must have liked it. You slammed 2 glasses of that stuff.
Yeah, you really liked it.
Hey, you know what?
Did he finish his 2 before we finished our one?
Just about.
Look at that.
So, yes, the label is very nice. Authentico, you're going to have, if you're coming in to buy this. Actually, no, I was getting ready to say you're going to have to ask for it,
good.
but it is on the shelf. There is a bottle on the shelf. We also have it cased off to the side. So if you want more than one bottle, just ask for help and we'll find it for you.
Speaking of which, now hiring. No.
Yeah, speaking of which, now hiring.
I thought the phrase was always hiring.
Always hiring, yes. $19 on this. So I think it was you
Thank you.
who said this wasn't the wine for food. This was the food for wine. Anyway, you led into this is a great appetizer wine.
Yeah.
And when you said that, I immediately thought, he's exactly right. We did not talk about this going well with cheeses. I don't know that it'd go well with like big meats.
But it's leaving me with a chicken bone flavor.
But what I think it would go well with is cheeses, white dry cheeses, and pork rinds.
Oh.
Yeah, chicharrones.
Chicharrones,
Yeah,
homemade.
yeah.
I think it could go good with some lighter charcuterie.
I also think it could go well with. I mentioned earlier the lightly pickled octopus. I was thinking
Octopo. I do like this with Octopo.
Octopod, yes.
I actually thought about baby octopus tentacles.
Yeah, octopod
Pickled baby octopus tentacles, along with cheeses, and then you
funny.
throw in a couple pieces of bread or crackers.
genuinely funny.
And I think this would be great for that.
I think it would go great with some salt cod. Just going to agree with Alexis there. Typical
So
appetizer dish.
I'm gonna go. This wine really surprised me. I was very happy with it. I actually wish we would have had it earlier in the year. Because I would have searched out stuff for the 3 of us to like frickin' just sit on the back porch and drink a couple bottles of this along with some of the food that we
You didn't have your
suggested.
grill on your back porch till this week.
What I'm talking about would have had grilled. I mean, we wouldn't have grilled it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Now that you mention it,
What we should do is
I would have taken a big octopus tentacle, a big one, and grilled that. You're
a big
exactly
piece
right.
of an octopod.
Yeah.
I think this is the kind of wine that inspires you to fire the grill up, no matter how warm it is or cold. No matter what you caught or have, and just cook it.
We could do a cool take on paint and sit where all 3 of us set up little easels, drink a bunch of this wine, and then paint/draw images and our interpretations of pigs making wine.
I take Weber charcoal. Rob obviously wants to smoke.
And we just see where it goes.
So we're gonna leave you. We're gonna leave you with the natural
With
gas.
that, I think I gave it a 1.8 rating. I'm going to go with a 1.8 on this. It really surprised me. I was very impressed with it. Josh, I think he has a couple things to say on our way out.
Absolutely, yeah. If you guys are catching us on YouTube and you're not watching us live on Facebook, please do remember
Ernie.
that pigs are not intentionally or really ever used in the making of wine. That we are being facetious and making jokes about this.
I think it'd be because they poop a lot.
Yeah. And that would just be,
Bad.
not good.
Bad.
So do remember that. Also, still looking for some really cool suggestions on dishes that we can do with the treat. Speaking of pigs.
Treat.
It's not spam, it's treat.
That's like the
Cheese.
stuff that doesn't make it as esophago.
Yeah. So if you'd like to bring us a couple of cans of treat, if anybody catches wind of this, we will cook
It's
it.
a little lower end than esophago.
We will do several dishes with it and then try them on the show next week.
Triply try that.
If you want us to get real creative, bring some tripe in for us, and we'll do some tripe dishes next week. Other than that,
Honeycomb
please do
tripe
remember-
is best.
I like the whatever the one that looks like the noodles. Let me cut it. Yeah. So aside from that, if you are watching us on YouTube, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe below. Tell us what you're thinking. If you don't tell us what you're thinking, we're not mind readers here.
We're not.
We wish we were,
We act like it.
but if
Sometimes
we were,
I am.
I can read my mind.
trust me, if we were,
I know
mind
what's happening
readers,
next.
We would be making at least better videos.
I don't know.
You gotta give them what they want, man. Other than that, yeah, we appreciate
Like
y'all
it,
chiming
watch
in.
it, friend it.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, bro.
Like it, watch it, friend it. Rob, anything? Wrap it up.
Oh, yeah. So,
Are you thinking about pigs
He
and
was
wine
going
again?
deep.
Yeah.
He was going real deep. Need you to wrap it up
they're
here,
going
buddy.
in circles. All right.
We didn't mean to be so boring.
Thank you for joining us once again.
Tell them what we do.
Uh,
Tune in.
Huh?
Once a week. We'll be here every Monday, 8:30
Oh,
p.m.
yeah, that. And
Unless we're not
live. And then
Unless
if
we're
you
not.
miss us, catch us on Facebook.
YouTube.
Oh, yeah, you can still go back and watch the live episode on Facebook.
Unless we're not live on Facebook and you
No,
don't
it does record.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Archive, dude.
Okay.
This is why I
So-
asked you to say it, but you didn't.
What?
And I'm confused. All
Yeah,
right, so Nick is really ready to get up and go to the
getting
bathroom.
really old.
He is his bladder is like the
This
size of a quarter
intern
now.
has been yelling at me all night.
And so I'm going to let him go after I say, have a good night. We'll see you next week.
And what are you drinking now?